Summer Gordon, and I'm going to talk about the history and origin of Ring Around the Rosie. The famous children's nursery rhyme is said to be about London plague of 1665 and the Black Death. The plague wiped out entire population centers. It depopulated the world by at least 20% and killed between 30% to 60% of Europe. Ring Around the Rosie fits the description of the Black Plague. The first verse of the nursery rhyme is Ring Around the Rosie. During the Black Plague, an infected person would get buboes. A bubo is the swelling of lymph node. The swelling is circular and makes a so-called ring. The center of it would turn black and be surrounded by a red rash. The center was called a rosie. That's where the line Ring Around the Rosie came from. Once the infected's condition worsened, they began to smell. The living began rotting before becoming a corpse. There are two theories about what the verse, "Pocket full of posies," actually meant. The first one is that healthy people would put flowers in their pocket to hide the smell of everyone else. The other theory is that people would put flowers into pockets of the deceased bodies. The third verse of the rhyme says, "Ashes, ashes." This was originally "achoo, achoo," which is a sneezing sound of an infected person. That version is used in Britain. It symbolizes the infected. The American version is "ashes, ashes," supposedly meaning the cremation of the dead bodies. There was usually a low survival rate after getting this disease. The last verse simply explains the death and the fall of the society at that time. It says, "We all fall down." Some people say that it meant the crashing of the body after the infection, and some say it was the crashing of the society. That's where "we all fall down" came from. A few people argue that this nursery rhyme does not date back to the Black Plague. Because of the link between the poem and the plague, it was made after the World War II. Others say that there is a lack of evidence. Some say that there should be a written copy. Since the plague was 650 years ago. But if Ring Around the Rosie is not about the Black Plague, it has a very good description of it. It's hard to believe that children have been singing this nursery rhyme for so long, and it's a remembrance of such a grim time in society.